Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
New York Times Business. November 12. 7/18 America New York, Johnson & Johnson will break itself up into two. The corporate giant said it would spin off its consumer products division, leaving the company to manufacture and market drugs and medical devices.
Forex Live. November 12. 7/14 America New York. PBOC says will maintain prudent monetary policy, curb excessive price increases. Remarks by the Chinese central bank. The rest of the messaging just reaffirms the ongoing narrative with China, where policy will remain supportive of the economy, but they aren't going to be pushing too hard as in the past, as the focus is on common prosperity.
New York Times Business. November 12. 7/10 America New York, Johnson & Johnson will break itself up into two. The corporate giant said it would spin off its consumer products division, leaving the company to manufacture and market drugs and medical devices. Johnson & Amp. Johnson announced it would become two companies, one of them focused on consumer products like its baby powder, and the other on drugs and medical devices.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 12. 7:08 America New York, Rivian Automotive stock price. What to watch in the stock market today? Stocks are poised to snap a 5-week winning streak, knocked by concerns about high levels of inflation.
Forex Live. November 12. 7:03 America New York, U.S. futures point higher ahead of North American trading. Stocks look to recover a little ahead of the weekend. This follows a more mixed showing yesterday and the slight drop in the prior 2 days, as equities moderate a little following an impressive run since last week.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 12. 7:03 America New York, natural gas supply is back in balance, but prices are still swinging. Unseasonably mild weather is allowing U.S. inventories of the heating fuel to build ahead of winter.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 12. 7 o'clock America New York, U.S. firms aid China's bid for chip dominance despite security concerns. U.S. firms and their China affiliates are ramping up investment in Chinese semiconductor companies, aiding Beijing's bid for chip sector dominance and complicating Washington's efforts to preserve America's lead.
Google Business News. November 12. 6:34 America New York. Global financial service outsourcing market increasing demand with industry professionals forecast 2021 to 2027 energy siren. Global financial service outsourcing market increasing demand with industry professionals forecast 2021 to 2027 energy siren.
Forex Live. November 12. 6:32 America New York, tensions are rising at the Poland-Belarus border. Geopolitical risk something to be wary about ahead of the weekend. The situation here involves thousands of stranded migrants, mostly from the Middle East and Asia, who are hoping to travel on from Poland onto Europe but are now left stranded at the Belarus border crossing.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 12. 6:15 America New York, J&J to split into two public companies. Johnson & Amp. Johnson intends to separate its high-margin but risky prescription drugs and medical devices business from its storied but slower-growing consumer group, creating two publicly traded companies.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 12. 5:43 America New York, Toshiba's GE-style split risks lukewarm welcome. The proposed split could unlock some value, but recalcitrant activist investors may conclude it isn't nearly enough.
Forex Live. November 12. 5:43 America New York, gold breakout starts to look shaky as yesterday's advance is erased. Gold falls by 0.8% to $1,847 and erases the gains from yesterday. The drop in European morning trade today could be hinting at a reversal of the technical breakout after the U.S. CPI data on Wednesday.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 12. 5:30 America New York, record high job openings persist in tight labor market. There were more than 11 million job openings in early November, according to job site Indeed, well above the number of unemployed workers.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 12. 5:30 America New York, traders rush to options bets on Tesla, Amazon. With stocks near records, many traders have been using options to wager on a continued advance in everything from tech heavyweights to small companies. Wall Street Journal Markets. November 12. 5:30 America New York, how crypto wallets fit into investors' pockets. A coming wave of companies providing accounts for digital assets could reorder the consumer crypto landscape.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 12. 5:30 America New York, GE's power unit faces rivals as spin-off looms. The segment seeking to profit from the renewable energy boom is described by analysts as the weakest of the three set to emerge from the conglomerate.
Daily FX Market News. November 12. 5:30 America New York, Canadian dollar forecast, USD, CAD upside stretched in short term. USD soars across the board, however, momentum beginning to look stretched particularly against the Canadian dollar.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 12. 5:30 America New York, the 4% retirement rule is in doubt. Will your nest egg last? A well-established strategy for funding our golden years is no longer foolproof. Retirees need to get creative.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 12. 5:30 America New York, when the Travis Scott concert stopped, the social media posts, and conspiracy theories, were just beginning. The aftermath of the Astroworld Festival incident that left 9 people dead in Houston last week is raising concerns about how footage and misinformation related to the event is being circulated on social media.
BBC News Business. November 12. 5:09 America New York, AstraZeneca to take profits from COVID vaccine. The drugs giant signs new deals but poorer countries will continue to get the vaccine at cost.
New York Times Business. November 12. 5 o'clock America New York, 275 minutes on hold. Why airline customer service still can't keep up. It's been a familiar and infuriating story during the pandemic. Hours waiting for an agent only to have the call dropped. The ordeal of rescheduling cancelled flights.
Forex Live. November 12. 5 o'clock America New York. Eurozone September industrial production minus 0.2% versus minus 0.5% meter per meter expected. Latest data released by Eurostat the 12th of November 2021. All in all, output is leaning on the softer side towards the end of Q3, but that is to be expected given the more persistent supply and capacity constraints.
New York Times Business. November 12. 5 o'clock America New York. What bosses really think about the future of the office. CEOs are eager for employees to return, and afraid of alienating those who have grown accustomed to working from home. We are working on some borrowed time, in terms of working on memories of the relationships you have and the connections you have, said Mr.